All right. What is going on, everyone, on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another live stream from the Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur YouTube channel. First and foremost, if you're tuning in for the first time, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to add you to this awesome network of like-minded people. We got almost 700 of you, and we'd love to reach that by the end of this month if possible. So if you're new, like I said, definitely consider subscribing, and I will just hop right into it. We do this stream pretty much every single Sunday, the Sunday Stock Watch, where we kind of just come here every Sunday, usually right around the futures market open of the week, just to kind of get a good look at the market for the upcoming week and kind of what I'm looking at with trading futures and whatnot. So for those of you in Discord, you guys know that I hopped into a long MES. It was up about 12. I thought it was up 12, but it was actually up $18. I closed it pretty much right out of the gate for about a $55 profit. Like I said, it was up around 1875, I believe it was, to be exact. And just right out of the gate, we had this good jump to start the overnight session. Market is still up about 0.4% as we speak. I might hop into a short-term short. It just depends kind of how everything looks over the next probably half hour or so. I tend to not really play it too much right out of the gate just because we're trying to see what the market kind of wants to do. Our hourly chart is starting to show signs of overbought. Not to say that I necessarily think that we're going to pull back a whole hell of a lot, but I do think sometime this night there is going to be a good day trade opportunity on MES, just for the simple fact that we need our RSI to, at the minimum, just pull back just a little bit. I mean, does it have to? No. Honestly, I think we could run up to about 29.25 before we start seeing some sort of resistance. That's another 24 points to the upside. So, I mean, if you want to ride it out, go ahead. But you guys know that I'm just all about covering the profit at the end of the day. So just to get an overview of what happened over the last week, we're kind of stuck in this range right now, anywhere from around 28.30 to about somewhere around 2900. We're right around 2903 right now. So it'll be interesting to see if we get rejected once and pull back here just under 2900. I believe we will at least once. Like I said, MACD, we've had lots of buying going on over the last probably 2 trading sessions roughly, and to begin this trading session as well, we got some strong buying. But I do look for us to probably pull back under 2900 at some point tonight. Probably to around like 28.90. So I mean, you got a good maybe 12 points short if you want to play that at this moment. Me personally though, I'm not. Like I said, I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines letting it kind of play out. I would like to see us maybe test 29.10 first. If we get up to 29.10 and it looks like we're still in overbought condition, then I will probably go ahead and place a short with a sell order somewhere around 29.90. I'm trying to decide where. Probably around 29.92 to be honest, because if I get in at 29.10, that's about an 18-point move, something like that. So you're talking about pretty good profit right there, about $90 worth of profit per contract. So that's kind of what I'm looking out for right now. But overall trading update and just life update actually. So we did finally have our baby on Monday at 10:17 p.m. and it's just been a crazy week ever since. We're averaging just like a couple hours of sleep. So if I say just things that don't make sense here and there, it's just because like my brain's kind of fried still, and I have to actually go back to work tomorrow. So that's going to be great. But overall, just update with trading. So I didn't trade a whole lot with the futures market. Those of you in Discord knew pretty much any trade I did. And me with my whole fried brain, I actually accidentally closed a position whenever I was trying. I thought I was adding to a position. I thought I was short for some reason when I was actually long, and it was the day, I think it was Wednesday maybe, that the market was down pretty big. I forget which day it was, like Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. The market was down pretty big, and I ended up closing out a long when I thought I was adding one contract to a short. So it ended up being like roughly $128 loss on that. So thankfully, of course, that wasn't with real cash. We're talking about paper trading, of course. But just to give you all a little update, we're still up right now close to $5,400 now. Like I said, I think it was last week or at the end of the week before. We had crossed over 5,000 last week. We didn't really do a whole lot because obviously, like I said, we had our kid and whatnot. I wasn't trading a whole lot, but we are up to 53, 83, 75 now. I'll show you guys that right there. And so not too bad. Let me make sure real quick our stream's doing okay. Looks like we are, so that's good. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. Just looking to enter maybe, like I said, a short-term day trade. I would probably short here, but just I'm kind of waiting on if we're gonna, because they're gonna let the RSI cool off a little bit, and then I'm trying to see if we're gonna leg up to 29.10. If we do, I'll probably hop in a short somewhere around there, depending on how quick it moves to the upside and what our charts look like our indicators and whatnot. But it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens over probably the next 30 minutes to an hour. So other than that, though, I also did go ahead and place a trade. You guys might have seen that on /M2K. I believe it's M2K on Thinkorswim on M2K. So this is the E-mini Russell, and if you don't know what that is, it's just, I mean, it's Russell 2000. If you don't know a lot about it, do some research, of course, into it. What's intriguing about this is it's a lot cheaper. It's about half the cost to trade the micro E-mini Russell 2000 than it is the E-mini or micro E-mini S&P 500. So like, let's say, for example, let's go over to the paper trading platform. So like I said, we made $41.25 on the day. We were up $18.75, so we covered about $60 worth of profit there. So /M2K, I believe it's somewhere around $394 to actually place this trade. So see, if we were to buy the market, you're talking wherever it's at. Hold on. So still 225, the buying power. Oh, it's because I was wondering, that didn't make sense. So see, my brain's still fried, guys. Like I said, I'm in a short, so I need to do a sell. So like I said, $357 is the result of your buying power effect. So a lot cheaper to trade this. It's not quite as liquid. I mean, it's still pretty damn liquid, but it's not quite as liquid as, like, say, the micro E-mini S&P 500. But it is a major indice that you can trade along with, like, the eDow is like MYM, I believe. So you have the micro Dow. The Dow, I believe, is a little bit more expensive. It's also right around 600. It's a little bit cheaper than the S&P 500. So if you're more of a Dow Jones follower than the S&P 500, maybe you'd want to do the micro Dow. I forget how it moves exactly. I think 1 point equals 50 cents or 25 cents, maybe. I don't quote me on that, but I don't think it's a whole dollar per point for sure. I think it's maybe 25 cents. But like I said, do your research on that. But me personally, I am just kind of learning more so about M2K, that micro E-mini Russell 2000. It's a small cap indice, of course. Is very volatile. I'll get it pulled back up here for you guys so we can just take a look at it overall. You can see it's pretty volatile. It's kind of the one that's gone down the most over like all the other, like compared to the S&P 500, the Dow Jones. Like I believe the Russell 2000 is actually right around it's right around correction territory right now. If I recall, I thought I heard someone say that earlier this week. But it is on a downward slope. However, what I liked a little bit about it, if you're looking to go long, is that our one-day chart showing that we could, what I'm looking out for, but what I'm saying is that it looks like we could, if we break this little EMA line right here, right around 1500, 1505, if we can break above it, you can see we got rejected on Friday, that little candlestick right there, or candle wick, whatever you wish to call it. If we can get above that EMA line and bounce off of it, get a little bit of confirmation, then I think there's definitely room to the upside. It could probably come upwards of like 1545. Well, you're going to see a little bit of resistance at 1520 first, but we get through that, and I think we're going to go on up to 1550. I, however, am short, just short term on this. I'm kind of, from a paper trading standpoint, I was hedging my MES position just because this doesn't go up. Like the dollar amount isn't quite as big per tick as /MES. So it's kind of a little hedge. I was shorting this but going long MES. And what I'll probably end up doing is whenever we have the little dip, which it looks like we're starting to get a little bit Right now I'm down about 22 on that position. Once it dips to where I think it's going to dip, I'll be up a couple dollars or pretty much at break even. Go ahead and cut that position loose. If I make a little bit of money, cool. If I just break even, whatever. Like I said, it's just a hedge in case if the micro E-mini S&P 500 / MES kind of went against me, I'd at least make a little bit of profit, make that loss back, if you guys understand how hedging works and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of just what I've been experimenting with over the last few days. I know I haven't uploaded a video for you guys or anything since last Sunday Stock Watch. Obvious reasons. Like I said, we had the baby on Monday night, very close to Tuesday, 10:17 p.m. She was almost 8.5 pounds. So she was a big one for sure. But it's been a long week. We're finally starting to catch up a little bit on sleep now that we're back at the house. And like I said, if I misspeak or my words kind of don't make sense here or there, don't judge. I'm just kind of on a fried brain currently. So, and another thing that I might do, in all honesty, because I know we're going to have some sort of a little pullback at some point, I honestly think we'll probably, like I said, come under 2,900 here before long if we don't go up to 2,910. If we pull under 2,900, which we might here soon, then I might go ahead and hop in a long position again, ride it down, then once it gets up to 2,910, sell it, and then go to the short side. That's the beauty of these futures, guys. You have tons of flexibility. You're not worried about 3-day trades in a sliding 5-day window. You have unlimited day trades. Like, you have tons of wiggle room. If a trade starts to go against you, cut it quick. You don't have to hold it unless if you just plan on holding kind of long term for whatever reason. But literally, you have tons of wiggle room. You can do tons of different strategies. Like I'm mentioning right here, if we pull down below 2,900, I will consider hopping in for a short-term long. I would probably, because I want the RSI to cool off a little bit more, I'd probably look at getting in somewhere right around, I don't know, probably like 28.95 probably. And then my target sell would be 29.10. So that's a 15-point gain. And of course, every whole point that the MES moves, you're going to get $5 of profit or loss. So 15 points, you're talking about a $75 profit before your fees and commissions. So you're still talking about roughly a $70 profit in a very short, hopefully, of course, day trade. And then I would hop in to the downside, of course, right around that same mark. Obviously, I wouldn't literally do it simultaneously. I would wait to see kind of if the market's trying to go up a little bit further, or is it going to go ahead and come back down. But from 29.10, I'd probably sell again somewhere around 29.05 to 29. Not a huge profit there. Shorting, I keep a short leash when it comes to my shorts because we all know the market continues to go up at the end of the day. So if I can get a 5 to 10 point, unless if there's some instability going on like last week, I just look for like 10-point gains on my shorts because 10 points, that's a quick $50 in and out. Just make some money and move on. That's kind of how I see it, at least, because you can do that over and over. I mean, again, you have unlimited day trades at the end of the day. Something to keep in mind when trading these futures. So it looks like we got one of you tuning in. And like I always say, guys, if you're new, definitely click that subscribe button below. And if you haven't already, hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time we go live or upload a video. And with this, if you guys have any the whole point of any of my streams really is if you have any questions or if you have any ticker symbols or anything like that, just shout it out in the chat or in the comments even after the video uploads, and I try to get those answered for you guys as soon as possible. One of you guys, I don't know if they ended up subscribing, but one of you guys asked about futures options. I personally don't trade futures options. It was a good question. It was about setting a stop loss on like a futures option. I don't know if you can do futures options on the actual paper trading platform, but I will try to play around with that on my phone tonight. I don't really use the computer platform of Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, other than for strictly charting. So we'll see what happens. I mean, let's go over to, I don't even know if you can do futures, options on the micro futures yet. Let's see if we go over to ES. So Yeah, I don't know how to, honestly, I don't know how to do it from here. Let me see. So we could do a custom. Yeah, like I said, I'll just have to kind of play with it. I don't know if, I forget who asked that question. It was someone, a newer viewer, or at least I believe it's a newer viewer, was asking about that. So I'll definitely try to keep you guys in the loop on that. They were asking, how do you set a trailing stop loss on a futures option? For those of you that know about options and whatnot, you can trade options on the futures market as well. I haven't really dove into that personally. It is something that's intriguing, very risky, of course, but I'm definitely going to look into that, and I'll try to do a video about that sometime this week if I have time, time permitting, of course. So it's a good question, though, for sure. So let's see here. So we've got like no volume right now. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is just setting an alert at 2900 or below. And then I'll set another alert at 2910, because either way, if we get above 2910, I'll probably be looking to short at some point between 2910 and 2920. I will be looking to short. I'm at or above 2910. So, and the 2780, that's just a full, this is where I would get into a very long-term position. I'm actually going to be, once the market decides to quote-unquote, I wouldn't say collapse, but go into a little bit of a correction. This is what we're in right now is by no means a correction. It's a dip. In my opinion, I mentioned this about a week or two ago, that I didn't necessarily believe the market was in a true correction yet, that it was just a dip. It's all news headlines right now, and it looks like we're starting to pull back out of that. I mean, we're only, guys, keep it all in perspective. We're literally only about 100 points off of all time. I mean, what, about 130, something like that? Let's see, let's get it pulled up here. Like about 127 points off of the all-time high. So I mean, we're nowhere in like correction territory by any means. We were getting close whenever we were getting close to testing the 27-28 low from back in June, but I mean, we still didn't even really get close. We were 50 points off of that. So we got a good little, almost like a double bottom forming here. I'm pretty bullish overall on the market right now, in all honesty. What also makes me bullish is just kind of how our 1 year 1 day chart is setting up. For that, I always go over to ES. The charts are going to be literally identical. You just get more of a overall outlook because the MES has only been out since May, so you don't have a full year of data on it yet. But that's just a preference of mine. But when we look at our 1 year 1 day chart, we can see every time we have bounced off of this SMA, we've gone higher. Now, am I saying we're going to make all-time highs again? Honestly, I mean, if I could predict that, then I'd be a millionaire, right? But, I mean, I do believe if we can hold above 2,900 this week, then I think we're definitely going to at least 2,950 by Friday. That's not a big move at all. You're talking about, what, maybe a percentage point, maybe a little bit over a percentage point. Let's see here. 2,950 would be about a 1.5% move to the upside. So, I mean, not a huge move or anything compared to these moves we've had the last week or two. But you can see, again, we bounced off right here, like we said, the little double bottom kind of forming here. And every time we bounced off this, we've had a pretty good run for the coming weeks to the upside. We could kind of see this forming. I called this out, I don't even know, about a month ago. It looked like the market was, again, starting to kind of run out of steam. And I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if within the next couple weeks we have some sort of a pullback or even a correction. But once it happened, I was like, I don't think we're going into a correction. It's just all because that's when all the trade war stuff started heating back up. And every time trade war comes up, we have like a little 5 to 7% drop really quick, usually within a week, 2 at the most. And then we end up bouncing off this SMA, which we did again. We've done it so many times just within the last year. And sure enough, it looks like we're going to leg higher. 29.25 is a pretty key level to watch. Right around 29.20 to 29.25 is going to be a decent little level to watch. If we break through that, next stop's 29.50. And if we break through that, then I honestly think next stop is around 29.80 to 3,000. So I'm not saying that we're not going to have any down days in between, anything crazy like that. I do think tomorrow's more likely, I mean, it's looking like it at least, unless if we have some bad news come out again. But I do believe tomorrow we're probably going to retest 29.25, roughly in that range, that 29.20 to 29.25. And then by the end of the week, we may be back up to 29.50. That's kind of what I see. But again, if I could predict the future like that and be right every time, I'd be rich, right? So that's just kind of what I see overall for the overall market. This is the S&P 500, of course. Dow Jones and everything is going to follow pretty close. I mean, not 100% or anything, but pretty damn close, right? So that's just something to keep in mind, that the overall market indices tend to follow each other relatively closely. So, and whenever I look at my charts, I always look at ES the most, just because, again, we can go back as much as like 20 years. With the micros, at the end of the day, they are just 1/10 of MES. Of /ES. Only thing that is, a lot of people will probably bring up this chart to my attention. Only thing is you can see on this is the 1 hour. I didn't mean to do the 1 hour, but the 1 hour as well. You can see with the 1 hour, our SMA has been kind of a resistance. Every time we seem to get above it, we go back down, and you can see what just happened. We're back above it again. So that is why, again, like I said, if we get under 2,900 again, I will be watching it very closely, see if we bounce right around 29.90 to 29.95. I would love to see us bounce there. We're definitely going to pull back there at some point within the next probably 2 trading sessions. 3 at the most. By Wednesday, I almost guarantee you guys we will test 28.90 because it's just a critical level. You can see we were stuck there for the last few days, or not last few days, but like the last, pretty much all of Friday essentially. We were stuck. Thursday, Friday, we were stuck right around 28.90, and we finally bursted above it. I believe it was like at the end of the trading session Friday, if I remember right. We came back down, and now we're back above it again. So it's going to be critical, see kind of what happens. Like I said, our hourly chart to me is kind of screaming that we're going to have some sort of a pullback, which is why I'm kind of hunching to the short end, at least overnight. I would like to see us pull back overnight to around 28.90 and then bounce off there, and then by morning us go ahead and rock it up maybe to 29.20 to 29.25. In a perfect world, of course, because that's a day trader's dream right there, just an up and down roller coaster, right? So, but what I was trying to pull up for you guys was the 1 week chart. So our 1 week chart, still kind of iffy on it. I mean, not really showing a defined head yet. You guys know I was mentioning, if you guys watched the Sunday Stock Watch from, I believe, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that a head and shoulders might be trying to form here. The head is not necessarily so defined yet. But I mean, we got a couple weeks to see if we get a defined head and if we start forming another shoulder. I also thought this was kind of a slight head and shoulder pattern back then, but we didn't ultimately break down. We held right around 2,700 pretty well, 2,750 if I remember right. Jacob, how's it going, Jacob? Oh man, I'm trying, just learning every day. Just learning every day. Let's see. Okay. All right, thanks. Yeah, I'll look into it for sure. But yeah, like I said, a head and shoulders maybe trying to form here. It just kind of depends. We'd have to see kind of another shift downward, which I don't honestly see. So we might not have a head and shoulder pattern form after all. But it did look pretty textbook, like it was starting to form early on whenever we reach those all-time highs. But I'm not really too worried about it. That's more of a longer term. We're talking about probably another month or 2 out before we would even see that really take shape. So a lot can happen before then. That's just kind of more of your technical aspect. But you guys know when it comes to my trading, I always do the 1 hour chart. I do the 20-day 1 hour, and then I kind of bounce back and forth between my 20-day 1 hour, my 1 year 1 day, and then obviously the 1 day 1 minute as well. Looks like we might be trying to push back up here. I have some alerts set on /MES. You trade ES too? Yeah, I trade MES, the micro E-minis, but I use ES more so for the charting just because you can't go back a whole year yet. Of course, I'm sure you know this, that micros haven't been out a whole year yet, so I use ES for the actual charting, and then I actually trade MES. So, like I said, what I'm looking for is for us to test 29.10 to 29.15. At that point, I'd probably short because I think we are going to fall back down to 28.90, retest that support, retest it as a support, and then either leg up higher or roll over and continue lower. This move right out of the gate, it's encouraging. In all honesty, I was hoping we would open up higher. And we did, and we're back above 2,900, which is good. I mean, we blew right through it. We tested it, and we actually did not even go below it. We came close to it, but we didn't go below it. Another good kind of bullish sign, in my opinion. But like I said, I do think we're going to retest 28.90. I don't remember if I said 29.90 or 28.90 earlier, but 28.90. Before we ultimately go up higher. And the reason behind that is, again, I look at that 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart has told the tale over the last few weeks. Again, we're approaching oversold. MACD, we've had a ton of buying over the last trading session or two. Ever since, I believe, Thursday afternoon, maybe. We've had a lot of buying going on. And look, we're back above this SMA, so I want to see us pull back close to it, which coincidentally, boom, is right at 28.90. I want to see us bounce at or above that and then continue higher. If we bounce there, I'll probably hop in around 28.95 and ride it on up to hopefully around 29.25 is the goal longer term. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Right on. Yeah, that's what I preach the most too. Is, I mean, like, even if, like, say you don't have enough money for MES, you could simply go over to M2K as well, and learn all about the Russell 2000. It doesn't move exactly the same as the Dow and S&P 500 or anything like that. They all move somewhat close at the end of the day, but the Russell 2000 tends to be kind of its own little monster because it's more of like small cap or whatever. But this one, I mean, it only takes a couple $100 to trade this one. So, I mean, you can literally start with like almost no money and trade this new micro E-mini Russell. Now, with that, of course, you're not going to get as big of profit. Like, I believe for every tick, it's like 50 cents maybe. I don't remember exactly if it's like 50 cents or $1.25, something like that per actual point move. So, but as you can see, it's already up 6.2. I think every tick is 0.1 if I remember right. I don't recall actually. I'm still learning about the mini Russell 2000 myself. I just placed a short on it on Friday to hedge my MES position a little bit, which is down about $30 right now. But like I said, I'll probably cover that whenever we have the pullback. I'll pretty much break even because I got in it right around close on Friday, right around 14.95 if I recall. So yeah, lots of potential. I love the micro E-minis. The micro E-minis are changing the game for like all different kinds of investors. I mean, like, a lot of people complained about like PDT and everything, me included. I have plenty of videos complaining about PDT and whatnot, but literally like the hell with trading options, in all honesty, because I have a ton of videos on here where I traded the SPY options and whatnot, and like the hell with that. I'll just go with trading these micro E-mini futures. It's a lot more secure. I don't have all those Greeks working against me. I mean, it's just as simple as, do I think the market's going up? Do I think the market's going down? Yes, you have your expiration date, but don't be an idiot. Like, the whole point of these is more so to day trade, swing trade at the most. So it's like, just kind of, I mean, just do your trades. Like, you don't have to worry about, man, I've only got 3 trades. I don't want to waste this trade on a $10 loss. Cut that loss quick, move on to the next trade, make it up in the next trade. You have unlimited day trades. I mean, I just don't understand why people limit themselves to those SPY options still, especially with these new micro E-minis. Like, anyone can really trade the micro E-minis. Like, yeah, the old E-mini, $6,000, $7,000. Yeah, that's out of reach for a lot of traders. But for traders that are trading SPY options with like $1,000, fuck that. Go over to the micro E-mini and make some consistent profit instead of that up and down roller coaster of 100% profit here and then negative 70% profit the next day if you're on that roller coaster of the weekly options. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't really like options that much ever since these micro minis came out. But I probably won't. Hopefully the stream's been doing okay. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to add you to this awesome community. And I don't know if I mentioned it yet, we have a free Discord group chat. Everything associated with my channel is free. I don't like charge for any bullshit courses, anything like that. That link is in the description box. We literally have like 100 of you now in there, so it's awesome to see that little community grow day by day. And if you don't know what Discord is, it's easy to download on your smartphone. Just go to the App Store and download Discord, and then hit the link in the description box, and it should take you right to our group. Which is, like I said, it's growing day by day. It's awesome to see that. And the goal is to have 700 subscribers by the end of August 2019. We have about 12 days or so until then. So that's about a subscriber a day, roughly. So, like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon down there. But, yeah, so as usual, we have a good little pop or good little drop at the beginning of the trading session Sunday night. And now we're kind of, like I said, they're going to cool this RSI off a little bit. So more than likely, I'm not going to end up playing to the short side yet. I'm going to kind of wait it out, wait for it to go under 2,900, and then I'll probably hop in if we retest 2,890. But we'll see what happens. I mean, the market never fails to surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if we test 2,900, bounce right off of that, and then blow through 2,910. That would not surprise me either. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated in Discord. I'm not going to make the stream too long because, in all honesty, I'm so damn tired from this whole week. We had the baby on Monday, and we're not getting a lot of sleep. We're still adjusting. It's like everyone says, it changes your life. That's for sure. But thanks to all you in Discord for all of the prayers and whatnot, too. That's greatly appreciated. But, yeah, like I said, if you're new, we'd love to have you here, and I will probably upload another video, hopefully within the next couple days, either that or do another live stream just to do an overall market update, kind of go through my trades and whatnot that I've done throughout the week. I try to do those. Usually we have the Sunday Stock Watch, which is live. I try to do a trade update usually in the middle of the week, Tuesday through Thursday, and then we try Friday or Saturday to do kind of a market recap, like how the week went and all that good stuff. So if you're into that kind of thing, like I said, this is definitely the group, not even my channel, just this group. This group is for you if you're looking to just communicate with a bunch of people who want to help each other make money in the stock market and whatnot, and not try to sell you a bunch of bullshit. Honestly, if anyone's selling you a course, they're probably not making a whole lot of money in the market. Let's just be honest about that. They make more money. I actually saw a good quote. It said, people that talk a lot about the stock market, like on YouTube and whatnot, they make most of their money from their courses, not from the stock market. So just keep that in mind whenever you hear somebody talking about a paid course, paid one-on-one training, stuff like that. Just beware. That's all I'm saying about that. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed these streams as always. If you did, definitely make sure to smash the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate that. And if you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Either way, I don't care. It's just all about that communication with you guys at the end of the day. And like I said, if you see this after it uploads, and if you have any questions or you have any ticker symbols you want me to kind of take a look at for you guys, I definitely reply to your comments as soon as I see them. Sometimes YouTube glitches and doesn't send me a notification until I'm like at home for some reason, like my Wi-Fi or something. But it's just kind of hit or miss. So just leave me a comment down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible on that. And like I said, for that individual who commented about the futures options and how to set a trailing stop loss on TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. I am going to be on that this week, and I'll try to do a video about that by the end of the week as well for you. But hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully you guys had a good week trading last week, and hopefully you guys have a green week this week. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making your profits, covering your profits, and achieving your financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.